So here's the first one. We see the introduction is already there, and the introduction that we wrote previously. And I'm going to go ahead and write the two body paragraphs. Some people feel that boarding schools are an excellent option for children, while other people disagree for many reasons. Consider both sides of this debate and conclude. Right? There's no opinion necessary. So now I'm going to go ahead and write the first body paragraph. Okay, and there we have the first body paragraph. Clearly, I'm having a problem with the word language today. Language. But I'm pointing that out because it's really important for you throughout your writing. You should really have a strong understanding of words that you have trouble with. Like for me, even though I've written thousands of essays, I know that the word form and from, I often mix up on a keyboard, so I have to be aware of it. The word language with the U and the A, for some reason, I consistently will mix those up. And so there's certain words when I use them that I know I have to always double check myself to make sure that I'm writing that word correctly. So you should do the same thing. You should build yourself a database because none of us are perfect. And most likely we are making some of the similar mistakes over and over again. And we can avoid them by just being mindful that you're typing a word that has given you trouble in the past. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and write the second body paragraph. But you can see here that we have all of the sentences. We have the topic sentence, detail number one. Then we move forward with explaining it to further explain. Then we have detail number two. And then we have the final sentence, which is explaining it, this is because. So that's the standard way of writing a body paragraph. Now, what's going to help your score is to have perfect grammar and perfect vocabulary, along with your showing off your linguistic range. So let's go ahead and move on with the next body paragraph. Okay, and there we have the second body paragraph. Now, you saw me with this one go ahead and rewrite the topic sentence. And the reason why I did that was I just saw it and I said, well, there's a more direct way for me to express this to you so that you really just can see how to do a great topic sentence. Despite the above arguments, some could oppose boarding schools based on the drawbacks. That's it. That's a better way of wording a topic sentence, right? And then we went through the detail number one, the example to explain it and connect it together. And then we went into detail number two, where we put in the explanation also for detail number two. Now, for detail number two is talking about the children living under constant observation and the problem that results from that. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and move forward and write the conclusion. Right, and there we have a very straightforward conclusion. Two sentences here. And so when you're writing out a full paragraph, it's no more than that. Now, in this next example, we're going to shift back and go back into our full screen mode. And there you can see the entire essay right there. In this next one, what you see before you here are just the two body paragraphs. Are the two body paragraphs, right? And here I've gone ahead and identified in blue the topic sentence, then detail number one, explaining detail number one, detail number two, extending and explaining detail number two, and then repeating that exact same process. Topic sentence, detail one, explain detail one. In this final sentence, we have detail number two and the explanation of detail number two combined within one sentence. So you can go ahead and pause the lecture right here to read through these two body paragraphs. But really what I want you to pay attention to is all of the different structure, all of the different sentences that you have to write for a body paragraph that scores very, very well. Topic sentence, detail one, explain detail one. Detail two, explain detail two. And of course, what makes the difference is the quality of your writing. The quality of your writing. Now, of course, when you're writing your body paragraphs, You don't put in the TS and the D1 and the D2. I'm doing that just to help you identify what each sentence is. Here's that same question about the population problems and solutions with the introduction and the conclusion. And again, if you want to, you can stop it and read through it line by line. If you have any questions about it, please be sure to ask me. Here we have another example where we have the topic sentence, the detail number 1, and then expanding it some more, and then we're moving down to detail number 2 and explaining detail number 2. Topic sentence, detail 1, explain detail number 1, detail 2, explain detail number 2. I know this sounds repetitive, but the reason why I'm doing it like that in such a mechanical voice is because I want you to see it's a pattern. It's a pattern that you have to follow. So if you're going to produce a body paragraph to me that has 2 sentences, I'm going to ask you, did you watch the video? Did you look at the lecture? Because there are no 2-sentence paragraphs. That's not going to be enough development for you to get a really great score. And then here's that same question about the tobacco in the full essay format. Again, take your time and you can read through the entire essay. All right, so thank you very much. That will conclude part number 1 for doing the body paragraphs. In the next section, we're just going to look at a couple of more body paragraphs and then also some full essays that have already been written. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.